Good evening, I'm Toshio Okada. This is part 3 of my breakdown of episode 11, Icelina Loves Remains. Back when Mobile Suit Gundam aired, I was a sophomore. I honestly didn't get the Icelina Loves Remains episode. It felt less, I don't get it, and more, a woman shows up, vows revenge, lots of shouting, heavy and grim. I was 20, a dumb kid thinking, hurry up and bring out the mobile suits. I didn't find it that fun. Anime mags back then constantly ran Best Character and Best Episode polls for Gundam because it was huge. If I recall, Icelina in that episode always ranked low. Watching now, as I said last time, it's brilliantly made. I can even imagine director Yoshiyuki Tomino thinking, how do you not get this? It must have frustrated him. Over 40 years later, I finally get it. This is great. I feel like I've finally caught up to Gundam, and that makes me happy. Alright, let's dive in. This is Toshio Okada's manga/anime nights, a complete breakdown of Mobile Suit Gundam Episode 11, Icelina Loves Remains. Thanks for joining me. Mobile Suit Gundam Seminar. Today we bring you part 3 on Episode 11, Icelina Loves Remains. In parts 1 and 2 we made it to the middle of part A, right before the commercial. In Episode 10, Garma Zabi, youngest son of the Zabi family in the Principality of Zeon, a handsome, decent guy, fell into Shar Aznable's plot and was shot down by White Base. His fiancée, Icelina Eschenbach, the fragile girl who seemed to do nothing but cry, swears revenge and attacks Gundam and White Base. That's Icelina Loves Remains. It's about Icelina's afterlove, how she chooses to end her love. 3 massive GA attack carriers head for Gundam and White Base. Gundam and Guncannon board them, and one of the 3 is already in serious trouble. Inside the cockpit, Lieutenant Dorota barks, "Protect Units 2 and 3. Icelina watches, anxious. But Gundam and Guncannon are already on Unit 3, punching holes in it. He orders Unit 2 to cover 3. Meanwhile, Gundam is ripping off the tail fin with brutal force. It's pure torment. It tears off the fin and hurls it at the approaching Unit 2, savagely so. People say Gundam gives the evil side its reasons, but that's not it. It shows both sides are killing each other, beyond simple good and evil. Still, this is pretty nasty, right? Gundam wrenches the tail and throws it. Unit 2 claws for altitude above 3, trying to gain height over Unit 3. Then fires downward at a depression angle, opposite of elevation, raking the target from above. But of course, a battleship gun won't hit tiny mobile suits. The shells slam into their own Unit 3's belly and punch clean through. The shifts between close and wide shots here are masterful. When Dorota shouts, Unit 2, Support 3, they show a wide, everything in view layout, White Base, Units 3, 2, and 1, and the cockpit. Then it cuts in tight. Gundam ripping off the tail. Next, Unit 2, hit by that flung fin, opens fire. Then 2 keeps blasting at Gundam perched on 3, and the rounds tear a gaping hole through Unit 3. All of this plays out as a dance of pulls and pushes on the camera. Icelina gasps, "Ah," and Dorota snarls, "Fools!" After the hole opens in 3, the dialogue stops. It's pure visual storytelling. To show it as precisely as possible, I've prepared sequential panels. Take a look. Dorota's "Fools" lands the instant Unit 3 explodes. A boom, a burst of flame, and smoke billows from 3. Unit 2 can do nothing. Just watch. Far off, White Base hangs on the horizon. In that composition, Lieutenant Dorota stands and blurts, "Fools!" From here, no lines. Remember the spatial layout. Center frame is Unit 3, with Gundam and Guncannon on top. Unit 2 sits slightly upper left. Next shot. Guncannon in front, Gundam behind, with a ground-like surface underfoot. That's Unit 3. They're standing on its hull. Amuro's team has finished with 3 and now aims to jump to 2. Guncannon jumps up first. Beyond them you can see Unit 2. This is the frame after Guncannon jumps and exits. Way in the distance 2 is flying. Then Gundam, in back, also jumps. They're both transferring to Unit 2. Meanwhile, stricken Unit 3 belches smoke and keeps losing altitude. Gundam and Guncannon complete the jump to the distant 2. All of that plays in a single shot. Guncannon leaps from foreground and lands on far-off 2 within one continuous cut. Then Gundam leaps and transfers to 2 as well. Normally you'd break that into multiple camera setups, but they stage it in one sequence. Guncannon jumps right-pointing arrow. Gundam jumps right-pointing arrow. Only once Guncannon exits do we see Unit 2 right-pointing arrow both land on 2. At that point, 2 is doomed. Once mobile suits board you, it's over. So from here, the fall of 3 and the fate of 2 are conveyed purely by imagery, with no dialogue, just the score going, dododoon. It plays on. Gundam lands on 2 as 3 slowly falls, a view observed from white base. Pulling the camera back during death or destruction makes it feel cold and impersonal. Under that deep stratospheric blue, a battle far above the clouds, one aircraft slowly descends, trailing smoke. No blood, no screams, not even dialogue. Just a faint dud-dud-dud in the music. A single giant plane sinks. It's shown in a detached long shot. We don't even cut to white base watching. From that composition you feel, in this world, one plane is falling. GA Unit 3 falls and explodes far beneath the clouds. Earlier, white base was in front with the GAs beyond it. Now the composition flips. In front, the doomed GA Unit 2 and Unit 1 carrying Icelina. Far in the back, white base, only a silhouette. Showing only a silhouette here makes it feel devil-like. And then light wells up from far below the clouds. Only now do we realize fallen Unit 3 has They never show the explosion. They animate the GA piercing the clouds and falling to Earth. But the key moment, the blast, is conveyed only as light from below. Here we finally see stunned faces, Amuro, Ryu, and the white base crew. Even then, no lines, not even a gasp or grunt from the actors. Just effects and music. An explosion far below the clouds. Then Amuro's stunned face, Ryu's, and the crew's. Light rises from below. Everyone just watches the fallen craft in silence. They don't cheer or shout, "We did it!" Their faces say what we're doing is slaughter. They realize that huge carrier had no fighters, no plan to down white base. It was just coming toward them. Shooting it down is, in fact, a massacre. So they watch the plane fall, stunned. Next cut. The same vista. GA 3 falling, light flaring under the clouds, seen from Unit 1's cockpit with Lieutenant Dorota and Icelina standing. They stare, speechless. White base and Unit 2, seen from the cockpit, look different under that uplighting. What was a sunlit silhouette becomes uncanny under light from directly below. It's been wordless until now. Here at last, dialogue returns. Yeah. It's a shame how rough the drawing is in shots like Gundam tearing off the tail. Comments even said, Gundam's arm looks octagonal. It should just be a beveled boxy arm. But it really looked octagonal, like those fortune sticks you shake at shrines. It's a dynamic, cool scene, but the draftsmanship is sadly lacking. Then the jump to Unit 2 Guncannon blasts off from the foreground, revealing 2 in the back. That 2 is wildly dynamic, a genuinely You get compositions that good, precisely because they know this episode's drawing is weak. In TV series work, when you board an episode, you already know which studio you're commissioning. For episode 11 they knew in advance, this one's gonna be rough. The drawing's weak, the mecha won't look great, the schedule's tight. This will be a problem. So they decide, at least make it work with composition and layout, wringing cool out of hardship. The Gundam team then felt like Ramba Rao's line, no resupply. We're a guerrilla unit. Sunrise's main staff were tied up on the Ultraman, no landmark show, so Gundam was pushed to the margins, made on scraps. Within that, they still make it compelling. The transfer to 2 scene hits you with bittersweet force. I spent about a decade making anime. Having to resort to that, and still making it that entertaining, really got to me. And the final beat, GA 3 falls, explodes below the clouds, and only the reflected light reaches us. We see the white base crew's faces, but Icelina and Lieutenant Dorota are shown first only from behind. Beyond them, distant white base, its belly flashing with the uplight's glare. It's insanely cool, an overwhelming shot. It delivers the message. Even amid cruelty and pain, beauty exists, and it lands.